downtown Charlotte. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Carolina Panthers. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. So first and 10 now from the 30. They'll start on the ground with Brooks. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. This defense for the Vikings, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Gabriel. In the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Working out of the gun here, Gabriel. Left side here to Sanders. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's 2nd down. Brings up 2nd and 3. Gabriel looking to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from arm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. You look at this defense for the Vikings. And they're a tough unit to throw against. Currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 16. First and 10 at the 16-yard line. They'll run straight ahead with Brooks. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 10 at the 16-yard line. To throw, Gabriel. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, look at the juke. And they'll get him down short of the first down, right on the 10-yard line. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
Nice job understanding the situation. 3rd and long, kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a 4th down.
4th down. Here's Gabriel. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Panthers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I remember pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. 2nd and goal. To the air is Gabriel. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Jimmy Horn Jr., his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Looking to put a drive together. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. And that'll bring up second down. You look at this Carolina defense. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
And he'll get about 3 up past the 25.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
McCarthy operating from the gun. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. He'll try to do it himself. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
From the 25, here's a 2nd and 9. Play action, now it's Gabriel. Looking middle, and he finds McMillan. And down inside the 15 he goes. 13 yards down to the 13. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
At the 13-yard line.
Off the middle with Brooks here. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 11 more on that one and another first down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Panthers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now 14-0. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Now McCarthy. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you wonder, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
It's a gain of 6.
Here's McCarthy. And he's got his man in stride, complete. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. From the 44-yard line, here's second down and 1. They'll try the left side. It's Sutton. They find some open field here. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. With his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have cut it back within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it. And afterwards, they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Calling no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Here's Gabriel. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And this will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Sutton. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 83 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. To the air with McCarthy. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Justin Jefferson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. The extra point up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time and led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 33-yard line.
On play action, it's Gabriel. Now he'll tuck this and run. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
He's brought down
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Off the play fake, Gabriel. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Throwing now, Gabriel. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Now Gabriel.
And it's caught. They'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
Complete to Jatavion Sanders. A pickup of 2. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 1-yard
Second
line.
quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Pick made by Terrell Bernard. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Well, I would guess that combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away with that play. And just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
On play action, now McCarthy. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. They'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And he's got his man on the out route. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Up the middle they go. Sutton. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Throwing is McCarthy.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Martin Emerson. And the Panthers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching the bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 36-yard
On the handoff, this is Brooks.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Off the play fake. Gabriel. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
He'll try and do this himself.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
Gabriel going to throw for it. He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. So this offense able to convert on fourth, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Brooks. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Jonathan Brooks, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14.
Vikings 14. Gabe York to kick off.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Looking to throw McCarthy. Now he's going to step up and run. Finding Sutton on the out route who makes the catch. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
First down, Minnesota.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Well, you know me. Whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
They'll look to throw again. Left side, it's complete. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
And this one is right down the middle. And that'll bring them back within 4. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
At their own 35-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. across midfield. And he's going to get this down inside the 40 before he's finally ridden out of bounds. 118 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. He's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. Second down now. Here's a 2nd and 8. Back to throw. McCarthy. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And it is caught. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 24-yard line.
The Vikings, first down.
Now a handoff up the middle. Terry. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Terry. He was able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Third down from the gun, McCarthy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. A solid stiff arm. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
To the air is Gabriel. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
There's a short throw caught by Sanders. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. To throw, Gabriel. Now he'll tuck this and run. Throw right side, taken by Sanders. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 18. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Gabriel looking to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Gabriel from the gun on 3rd down. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Cade York on now for the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. York able to send this one through. And that will tie us at 24 all. So give him 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say, we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
Oh, nice move. And he returns this to the 22. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now McCarthy. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Sutton. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Now 3rd down and 7. Here's McCarthy. Now he's going to step up and run. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings have moved out in front here in the final minute of the third quarter. Now the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
That's the score. Vikings 31, Panthers 24.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. That is up across the 25 and down at the 28. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. On 1st and 10, it's Brooks. Taken down at the 42.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. A run out of the gun with Brooks. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape. A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
From the gun, it's Gabriel. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 32-yard line.
Panthers 1st down. 1st and 10.
Here's Gabriel. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now he'll tuck this and run. Oh, no, lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. He's thankful right now for that sideline because it could have been a fumble loss, instead just a fumble, though they will have to punt it down.
You're right about that, but do you think there's ever been a player happier to see his own punter go on the field than him?
No.
I mean, not at all, right? How fortunate is he that they got a chance to punt it away, and it's not just a turnover at the spot.
Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still a very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. but you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And the Vikings first down.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Sutton. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. McCarthy operating from the gun. Sutton rolling it in on the left side. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 35. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
They'll run on first down. Sutton. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up second and 10. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. That is intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
McCarthy's pass intercepted. The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
This is first and 10. On the ground, it's Brooks to start the drive. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Back to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. Yeah, he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's third. Well, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is third down now. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Fourth down. Here's Gabriel. They're going to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. They run out of the gun with Brooks here. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Now second and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second.
They'll stay on the ground with Brooks. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
They'll run with Brooks. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Throw out right, pulled in by Downs. A big play looming on 3rd down.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
He'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Gabriel going to throw for it. He's got his target. That's complete. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Here's 1st and goal. Here's Brooks. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Back to throw. And he's got it. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Extra point by York is up and good. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. Now they burn the timeout. And they're kind of in that gray area where they might be able to get 2 plays in, but maybe just 1 play left in this ball game. We'll see. Here's 1st down. He's back to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. With 3 seconds to go, if it's good, we're off to overtime. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And here in overtime, a quick reminder, the game no longer ends following an offensive touchdown on the opening drive. Both sides will have the chance to possess the ball unless there's a defensive touchdown. In that case, the game will end right there. So the Panthers going to get the football first here in overtime as the kick is away. Boy, shifts past him. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they get the ball first here in this overtime period. Remember, even if they score a touchdown, it's not over. There's always a chance to go and score a touchdown the other way, but they can certainly get a leg up with a solid drive here. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defense.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And on fourth down, honors the punt team sending this one away. This is fielded at the 27. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And it will be Vikings ball, first and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick six, fumble returns, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play.
Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on second down. Looking to throw McCarthy. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Oh, that's a big let off there on third down because you've got to account for the running back coming out of the backfield. They didn't, and they got burned, not just for a first down, but for big yardage as well.
Unable to corral him, he fights through. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 137 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory. Right back to him on first down. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. And I know you with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it and protect it, but not necessarily settle it because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
Yeah, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Vikings, They improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium.
Do you have the time to listen to me whine about nothing and everything all at once? I am one of those melodramatic fools, neurotic to the bone, no doubt about it. Sometimes I give myself the creeps. Sometimes my mind plays tricks on me. It all keeps adding up. I think I'm cracking up. Am I just paranoid? Am I just... I went to a shrink to analyze my dreams. She says it's like a that's bringing me down. I went to a... He said my life's a bore. So quit my wife because it's bringing her down. Sometimes I give myself the creeps. Sometimes my mind plays tricks on me. It all keeps adding up. I think I'm cracking up. Am I just paranoid? Grasping to control, so I better hold on. Sometimes I give myself the creeps. Sometimes my mind plays tricks on me. It all keeps adding up. I think I'm cracking up. Am I just paranoid? Am I just...
Of a model, that's so typical. Body of a Adonis, that's so typical. Turn like a god, that's so typical. And he's still modest, so typical. Don't wanna talk about it, so cynical. So I cut it out like a umbilical. Don't wanna risk the ouch of the ridicule. It's so typical. It's so typical and visual, I feel like the one. Yeah, I wake up every morning and thank God for my lungs. Cause I'm breathing so good, I know I don't have to run. When you're looking this good, no one can tell you to jump, to swim. Yeah, I'm trying to ride the wave, I'm trying to get me paid, I'm trying to move and shake, I'm trying to walk away. I swear my wrists are great, I'm getting